Oh man, yeah. Actually, this might not be a bad time to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Stray at large, if that's all right with folks. Um, pre-show vibes. Yeah, there is a certain degree of that for sure. I assume by the way that you can hear. I mean, obviously you can hear me, but I assume you can hear the game as well. Um, yeah. So Stray, right? I'm enjoying it. Um, I I find it fascinating. Kind of there seems to be lately a fascination with games exploring apocalypse and post-human worlds. Um, Frequently in which we bring about our own demise, but not always. And also, I think in the process, kind of asking like the question of like what it means to be alive and what it means to be human. Sorry, I keep settling in this way because my microphone, I don't know. So I might be moving my camera around a bit. Let me know if I'm out of frame because I might I might just space out and not notice. No, it's just, I mean, it makes sense given how apocalyptic I think a lot of people have felt about the state of the world for some time. It makes sense that that's something that gets explored in fiction. Um, but I think it's interesting that this is yet another game that I'm streaming that has that kind of. So I was noticing. Sorry, there's a kitty there. I should show you my kitty. Hold on. There's a Sophie. Can you see her? There we go. There you go. There you can see her. Look at that cat. Look at that cat. She's very cute. Um, but so it's another game that I'm playing kind of simultaneously that is asking some of these same questions and dealing with some of these same things. And so that's really interesting. This game feels like it's not going to go super 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 dark, but I think it is going to go a little dark. But there's certain kind of like playfulness and separation from the real world that I think is intentional. Um, and so I'm kind of hoping actually because I want I'm playing one game that goes pretty dark and I am opting against playing a very dark game on Thursdays as a result. But we'll see kind of where this one winds up going. So hello, low toves, welcome. Yes, my cat is here. We have my cat. I want to set up. I'm gonna get another camera arm so that I can set up the Sophie cat cam. Um, Yeah, well, there are a number of games that I've played that have not been created during this era, um, but have an apocalyptic element to them, like the Talos Principle, which is one of the best games that I've played in years. It's incredible. I don't even like puzzle games, but it's amazing. But it deals with some of these questions and some of these issues, and in its case, it's a much more hypothetical situation, and it's a much more the love of humanity situation where it's more concerned with questions of humanity and what it is to be human rather than looking at an actual real world scenario or the consequences of our own actions or things like that. It almost feels more naive and hopeful, which I love about it. I find it very, very sweet. I cried playing Talos Principle because it was so loving in its assessment of humanity at large. But contrasting that with something like Horizon Zero Dawn, or this game, um, like I feel like they are created by different people with some different priorities, but also different interpretations of the world around them. Also, perhaps, I mean, Talos is a little bit older, I think, than these others, but I'm not sure how much older Talos is. I played it in 2017, 2018, maybe. I don't know. But it is interesting that these are themes that keep popping up, even when I'm not looking for games that have apocalyptic scenarios and as part of their backstory or their present story. Um, but I seem to keep stumbling into them. And I think that does say something about the way people think about our times. Because I didn't think that Stray was like that. I didn't think that Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, you can kind of I don't know. I had just avoided like everything about Horizon Zero Dawn. And Talos Principle, it doesn't seem immediately apparent exactly what's going on with it either. But looking at those three games and what they have going on about the like interplay between living beings and technology and humanity and what it means to be human and what artificial intelligence is, and our responsibility to each other and our responsibility to the world around us. They're three games that have elements of that in them, which is interesting and makes me wonder if I'm going to accidentally stumble into more of those as we keep playing games, because we are going to be playing more potentially little games on Thursdays. We'll see. I'm just kind of playing it by ear because I don't want to play Disco Elysium while I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that would be too heavy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, the thing is, I don't think that that's necessarily my game type. Although I will say my favorite game that has shaped me as a person and as a storyteller, Final Fantasy VI, does in fact, the world ends partway through the game. And then we survive an apocalypse and have to, through our shared humanity and the best of us, find hope and persevere through dark times to recreate a new future. So, look. maybe, all right. Maybe that is a thing. Except it's not a thing that I've ever thought of myself as being particularly drawn to, and it's not a thing that I think I've written about much. No, actually, the Final Fantasy series doesn't usually have the bad guys win and destroy the world partway through. Final Fantasy VI is pretty unique in that regard. It's also one of the few where the final villain actually has to do with the villain that you've been facing throughout the game. All right, we'll see if my computer's able to handle this or if I need to shrink it down or change something else. Because I'm noticing some slowdown, which we didn't have last week. But hopefully it'll be all right. Apocalyptic themes, I mean, they tend to have more of a megalomaniac, I'm going to take over the world and or destroy it sort of theme, which I feel is often really disconnected. I actually have a hard time, a lot of JRPGs have themes like that, and I have a hard time getting into games like that because I feel like that seems empty. When you have big bad villain that is just all bad and it's good versus evil, there's something kind of inherently superficial about the conflict. You have to have sufficient human elements, even if they're not literally humans. You need to have sufficiently human elements for me to connect. Even if you have, you know, light versus dark, good versus evil. For example, like I grew up loving The Dark is Rising is a book series by Susan Cooper, which is absolutely incredible. And she's one of my favorite writers. But The Dark is Rising is about the rising of the dark. It is about a battle between light and dark. And her books tend to have these larger than life entities isn't even the right word, but like kind of like the sides of them in opposition to one another. But there's humanity involved, and also the things that are greater than human feel greater than human in a really interesting way. And there's a lot of nuance in them, especially Seaward, which is not in that series, but by the same writer, which has kind of light versus dark, life versus death, good versus evil. But even within that, there's nuance because death is a necessary part of the cycle of life. And Seaward was a book she wrote about grief and loss for children. And I think it shows. But that's a different sort of thing than having bad guy wants to destroy the world because bad guy wants power, or bad guy wants to destroy the world because bad guy's really mad. And so we don't have bad guys that we've seen in Stray yet. You know, Stray is not that kind of a game. Interestingly, I noticed looking for the first time today, I looked at how I guess Twitch has the auto labels for playing Stray, for streaming Stray. It has like the categories, the game, but then it has some tags that are built into that, like genre wise. It has adventure game, which we figured out. It has indie game, which we know is true. And then it has mystery. And I think that's true because a large part of this, I don't know that we're necessarily trying to change a future, but we're trying to uncover what happened in the past. I do think we may wind up bringing hope to the future, but also exploring the past is a big part of the game. And that's fun. And that's something that it has in common with both of these other games. If you've played Talos Principle and you've played Horizon Zero Dawn, you'll understand why I'm drawing comparisons with these three games, even if they have nothing in common with each other genre-wise. They're gameplay-wise, they're completely different games. One is a spatial reasoning puzzler. One is an adventure game, and one of them is a AAA open world game. They're very different, but they have thematic, very, very, very similar thematic concerns. Um, yeah, well, having a cat be the harbinger of good. I don't know if you can use harbinger like that, but having a cat be the messenger of hope, I think makes sense. I'll show you. I'll put the camera back on Sophie later because she's decided to hang out in my room. I vacuumed my rug, and so she's been sleeping on the rug because it's nice and soft. So I don't. Does that answer the question of how I've been liking Stray? I'm enjoying the adventure puzzle aspects. It's as adventure puzzle games go, it's pretty straightforward and simple and easy. It doesn't have crazy moon logic like the Sierra adventure games that I grew up with, or the LucasArts adventure games that happened beside, like, kind of concurrently with the Sierra games. They're two different flavors of crazy adventure game moon logic. um, but this doesn't follow moon logic, and that makes it much easier to figure out generally what I'm supposed to do next. The specifics are the problem, and that's one thing I noticed actually that was interesting as I was timestamping last week's stream, was that there were a lot of little things that happened the pacing felt pretty good up until you get close to the end of the stream, when I was trying to figure out, and I would spend 10-15 minutes trying to figure out how to get where I was going, because I knew what I was supposed to do generally, but the specifics I couldn't figure out. Which is not such a big deal if you're playing on your own. Maybe more of a problem if you're streaming, because I worry about whether I'm going to bore you folks. A little easier for the folks who watch on YouTube, because they can just skip straight ahead. Man. I want to get to... I believe the next step is to bring the books, all of the books to Momo. So I have to find Momo's place again. I'm not the best at finding my way around things. Oh, you can jump before it stops. Haha, I'm a cat. Yeah, no, it is definitely a game that makes me think a lot. Is the thing going back? So one thing that I do think is interesting, and that they haven't yet addressed, a lot of the things in this... Oh, this looks like something maybe I could interact with. Hello. Have I done this yet? Did I do this already? Did I come up here and do something? Because here's a dead body staring upwards at the sky. Do I have a look button? I do have a look button. Okay. Gosh, such, like, interesting sounds too. Like, the music is very experimental and strange. Yes, no, it's very much I am a cat. It's interesting they're blocking off where you can't go by putting two things that actually historically, traditionally are used to keep pests and or people who are considered pests from going places they're not supposed to be. Barbed wire, which you don't mess with barbed wire, folks. It will really hurt you. And then the no birds, those spikies, which would imply that there would have been birds here at some point, which is interesting. Not necessarily outright hostile architecture, in that these things right here that prevent birds from nesting on something, that actually can, like, birds, I believe there's a problem with birds nesting that can also kind of, like, challenge the structural integrity of your building after a while. So that I wouldn't necessarily call hostile architecture, although hostile architecture is a valid point for barbed wire and things in general. It's interesting. You got your luggage almost as though you were waiting to leave. Almost as though you came up here waiting for someone to come pick you up and take you away. So we know that there's another level up there, level 2, but that still doesn't count as outside. We know that this is the slums below level 2. My working theory right now, which seems to be shared by some of the other people who have not played this game before. If you have played this game before, please keep your knowledge about this game to yourself so that we can discover the story together. But the general theory that I have is that the humans uploaded their brains into robot bodies to try to survive the plague, and either something got corrupted in the process or over a long period of time something got corrupted, and so they only partially have their human selves and they partially have their robot selves blurred together. So we'll see kind of what the reality of that is as we go on, because I suspect that that is going to be a big part of the story. But one thing that they have not told me what to think about here, and I mentioned this before, but I'll probably keep mentioning it until we get an answer one way or another. But things like these buckets that you ride down, are these buckets in the world? And do not answer this question if you know. But the question is, are these buckets in the world because we need them for gameplay reasons and we just ignore the fact that it kind of doesn't make sense? Or are these buckets in the world for a reason that makes sense in the context of the world? Like do people use the buckets for some purpose, you know? Okay, this was, I think, Tangerine's room. Is that the right name? Is Tangerine the right name? No, it's Clementine. I think I called her Tangerine last time too. Sorry. They're both fruits. Just Clementine is actually a name and Tangerine isn't, but that hasn't stopped anyone in this game from having a name. I wonder what that is. That looks awfully corporation, doesn't it? But yeah, so I wonder whether the buckets are is it diegetic? Is that the word? I keep asking about this word. How do I get to Momo's? Help me find Momo. Hello, Swanito. Oh man, Blueberry's a great name. How do I... Okay, so I'm trying to remember which place was Momo's. That wasn't Momo's. Because Momo's has the outsider symbol on it, if I remember correctly. But it's not that one. I think that's the one I just came from. Is it the one up there? I think that's the one up there, actually. So we want to go that way. Okay, time to jump on things. I'm a cat. Hello. New. Oh, dear. Well, look. If there are chairs and I'm not knocking them off of things, then I am not sufficiently being a Lauren. How do I get up? That is... I swear that Momo's is up there somewhere, right? I feel like this is Momo's building. Because I feel like the Guardian pointed it out. How do I get there, though? I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if I'm going the right... If I'm even going the right direction. Have I spoken to you? Sitting there. Looking sad. Hold on. I gotta try to get up to you. Kaboing, I'm a kitty. Kaboing, I'm a kitty. Have I spoken to you yet? Mito, what do you have to say? Love the weather right now. Poncho? Grandma style. Okay. Okay, so I have talked to that one. Now what, though? Does anybody remember where I'm supposed to go to get to Momo? Oh, I'm a kitty. Okay, this is where I think I started today. I think. Trying to remember. Oops. I'm not sure much else I can do. Okay, here is where, yeah, that's where I dropped in. What was the... Oh, translate. Ventilation power supply, yes. I went through there. Thing is working again, so it reset. That would make sense if that is like actually why it is that way. And it could be, you know, what if somebody doesn't have working legs, we can put them in the bucket because they're robots. So it could be plausible that that like it's a way to get things, to move things around the town. And maybe that's even something that's based on how things worked in Kowloon, since that is clearly our our inspiration here, as with many cyberpunk stories, my own included. Um, Yes, accessibility. Well, there was actually an area where I came to the conclusion that they had set out a ramp for somebody on wheels, whether they were in a wheelchair or had wheels built in because they were a robot or what. A Paro, interesting. Um, like something that was basically designed to make that more convenient for them. Oh, you were one of the ones who was throwing paint before I messed everything up because I'm a cat. I am in fact a cat. Did you know that I'm a cat? Accessibility is important. Okay, is that Momo? Is the painted Momo sign? Is that where I'm going? There's your cat sound. Like, does anybody remember how to get to Momo's? Because I do not, apparently. Yeah, but Momo, I thought, was in one of those places. So the thing is, because I've been to Momo, and it's just a matter of me not being able to remember my way around things, I would take a hint. Yes, actually, I would take a hint on finding him again. Because you would think I would know since it hasn't been that long. It was just last week that I played the game. B12 might remember. I don't know how to fix the transceiver. Okay. Up in the building with the orange neon. Okay. Building with the orange neon. Oh, is this it? Oh, maybe so. That would be convenient. Okay, how do we get up there? Presumably we walk on these little paths that they've created specifically for us to do this. Oh, there's a happy face. Oh, but this is the building that I was totally at. How do I get up there? How do I get up? Here? Yes. Meow. Oh my god, the cat has something to say. Aha! Okay, here we go. There we go, thank you. B12 did remember, in fact. It's interesting to me that Momo is the only one who's got a different colored face. Like, I think everybody else's face has been pretty similar, and then Momo's here with a hat and a bright colored screen and a, like, Hawaiian print style jacket. Like, Momo is super colorful, and his face is a big part of that. Outsiders, yes. Okay, and I gotta play with the cat toy here. Alright, shall we talk to Momo and turn in these books? There's one book on here already, on your NES. Oh, that's a transponder thing. Okay. Let's do this. Still working for this use. Okay, so I'm gonna read these out loud just again in case anybody is not either not at their screen or perhaps not in a position to read the words on screen. I will read the words on screen for you. I don't do voices. I will occasionally put on personas if I think something's funny. Horizon Zero Dawn is good for that. But I will just do normal voices here. All right, so Momo, we talked to Momo. Momo says, "Hey, little cat, are you still looking for those useless notebooks?" And we have the option to show some notebooks. All right. Momo says, "That's my notebook. I was the last to join the Outsiders, and I'm also the last remaining one." I'm going to show Doc's notebook. Oh, it belongs to Doc. He was really a huge nerd for electronics and stuff. He was always on the verge of a great discovery. And then Zabaltazar's notebook. Oh, the kitty meows. Momo says, "Wait, you actually found all my friends' notebooks?" Oh, what's that note? The transceiver can be repaired? This is incredible. Look at his face. He's got a little like ooh face. Oh, he's smiling. He says, "That means we should be able to communicate outside the slums." And his entire body language and face has changed. Clementine, Zabaltazar, Doc, I'm sorry I doubted our cause. I'll promise you, I will find a way to reach the surface. Thank you. We might be able to find you a way up. Now let's fix this piece of junk transceiver. Okay. The music is so interesting. He says, et voila, it works. Come with me. Is he wearing a little suit? Like, his outfit, it looks kind of like he's wearing like a superhero outfit under there. And I kind of wonder, oh my god, those are pink flamingos on his jacket. And then he has his straw sun hat. He's really colorful. He's amazing. I hope someone cosplays Momo. I would love to see someone cosplay Momo at a convention. So he says, come with me. And toddles off. Gotta listen to the hip music. Oh, I'm sorry. Were Momo's pronouns they, them? Sorry. I've tried to follow. That's right. We've looked at this one before, but just as a reminder, the city has a cylindrical shape of about 450 meters in diameter. There's a level above ours. The city seems to have a ceiling. If I believe my books, a big blue sky is hidden behind. Just gotta get into your stuff. I'm sorry, that's how it goes. Oh, did we not? Okay, because I know that folks have talked about Momo, and they will use people's pronouns. See, I'm really curious, like, who is this person? This is a human face, and it is very striking to see just a human face, a painting of a human face out there. But we cannot jump up there. Alright, Momo. Momo says, up there, see that building high above the others? If you install the transceiver at the very top of that tower, we should be able to communicate with the whole city. My friends might still be out there. If there is a way out, they'll know it. I got a transceiver gained new item. You're the only one small and quick enough to evade the Zurks. We need you, little outsider. Bring us to the sky. Happily. Okay, that's the end of what we have to say. You've actually got, I think, kind of the right thing in your fridge. I guess I'm gonna go out this way. Hold on. You keep a relatively clean kitchen. Thing is, I don't think that they actually need to eat. I really do wonder whether those little things right there are monitors of like air quality and stuff. Oh, did you just close the window on me? Oh, you did, didn't you? There's one sheet of music that I didn't get, and I feel like I'm going to regret that, but it is what it is. Yeah, Momo totally did. Alright. And you've got all these pottery things on your ceiling, and I don't have thumbs, so I can't climb there. Gotta figure out how to climb up there. Alright, give me a hint, friend. We're at the top of that big building. Is that it? The one that's lit up yellow, as if to tell me this is where you're supposed to go? I guess in order to get there. Yeah, I never did find a last vending machine. No, that's true. And I've looked. Because I would really like to have the final sheet of music to turn in. Oh, wait. Do I not get to go back at all? Oh, no! I wanted to go talk to the Guardian one last time. Because there was a thing where you could potentially offer to do a little bit of work to guard something. But I thought I would get the chance to say goodbye to the Guardian before I left. I didn't realize I was leaving immediately. Oh, well, I guess sometimes you miss things if you're Lauren. That happens sometimes. I'm gonna scratch the carpet because I'm a little bit nervous. The music is really cool, but also a bit intense, and I can see Zurks over there, and I don't like that. You see them? Like, I assume that means there's going to be another running segment. Like, I assume they're going to see me and they're going to swarm me, and I'm going to try. I want to walk on this, but the cat says that is too narrow. Oh, man, it is really atmospheric. Look at all of those. That is a whole lot of satellite dishes. What is that sound that I'm hearing? Yes, it did not let me know about a point of no return, but you know, this is my game. Play. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna miss things. I am not 100% completionist skilled. You know? Like, why would you want to do that? I'm not sure why I would want to do that. They're gonna have to let me know how they want me to play this. So they're telling me this because they definitely want me to do this. So I guess I'll do it. What's the run button? There is a run button, isn't there? Okay, well, at least we know what'll happen if we die. Huh. Because I would go back to the other chapter. But, okay, yeah, that is it. I'm probably gonna miss things. Oh, looks like I can get up there. I'm gonna try to figure that out, actually. See if we can jump up here. Yeah, we can. Anything else we can do here? No. Wow. Okay, it does not look like you can do anything over here. Hello, Calunet. Welcome. I feel like there should be a way to get up somehow. But there's nothing I can jump to from here. Alright, so it goes... So, I tend to want to explore everything, because see, like, look up that. I wonder if that's, a memory or something, you know? There's an interesting painting there, and it looks a lot like you could climb up, but then there's nothing to climb to get there. Like, I want to explore and see things, but you can't really do that when you're being pursued by scary things, you know? And I'm not entirely clear on what is jumpable or what is not. It doesn't look like there's anything else jumpable in there, so I'm just gonna move on, I guess. And do my best. Yeah, no, and it is not an open world. No, that's true. They see me. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Whew. Okay, so they will just see you. That's good to know. Fortunately, they can't climb up this, I guess. My heart is going a bit. Can you translate? No, you cannot translate that. Okay, my friend. The Zurks, they're interesting because they really do trigger, like, this is a bug reaction. The cat is, like, looking at the place you're supposed to jump in case you didn't notice. I wonder if that's something that they added in because people weren't noticing it. Because that's something you gotta be careful about. Oh, I just had a little save thing there. Yeah, doesn't look like you can go anywhere else there, you know? But it's hard to say. God, all this trash. Ah! So there's a remember. B12 says, the city is full of neon. It wasn't always this way. There used to be strict energy caps, especially in the slums. But people couldn't handle the constant darkness. One day, someone lit up rainbow lamps, neon signs all over their house. That person was taken away and never seen again. But people saw hope, and not long after, everyone started putting lots of lights in their homes. There was nothing the oppressors could do. It was a way for people to see colors again, like on the outside. I think it helped. Oh wow, okay. So, like, I feel like if the point of a game is to discover the story, I don't know. I don't really replay games much. So I get a bit frustrated if there's huge chunks of the story that I'm not able to get my first time through. I don't expect to be a perfect completionist, but I'm pretty thorough, so I should be able to get most of it looking around. Mag 2? I have no idea what Mag 2 is. Mag means Magfest to me, so I suspect that's not what you mean. So this, sorry, this looks like this is a sign indicating that there's like noise or Wi-Fi or some sort of a signal going out. So fun little bit of world building here, dropping things that we really didn't know. I'm just too slow. It takes me about 3 times as long to play a game as it takes most people, if not more. So that's part of why I don't replay things, unfortunately. Of course I say that, but then I have actually replayed games on my channel, but I have to gawk at the scenery and talk about stuff. Like the fact that apparently there were oppressors. B12 remembers to use the word oppressors to describe the people who were putting energy caps in the slums when there would be no light. There is no source of light otherwise. Like, I like the thought that one rebel is able to inspire everybody and they can't arrest everybody, you know? And so then they put the neon lights everywhere. But that's a very effective bit of world building. The thought of all that darkness is very, very unsettling. It also makes me worry that we're going to wind up in a lot of darkness ourselves at some point, if they really want to step up the anxiety. But so we know that there is some sort of a tight control over people. There was some sort of a force that tried to enforce things. And I think that's very, very interesting. Yeah, no, things that have like slight spooky bits are not the same as horror. And Majora's Mask is a little bit spooky, but it's not horror, fortunately. I can't deal with things that are psychologically distressing. I actually don't know if this was the right move. If I want to continue that way. Is there anything I can do from here since I can jump to here? Yes, Oxenfree was a little intense for me, and it is not a horror thing in any serious way. Oh, hey, Will! Hi! Yes, I am. I am being a cyberpunk kitty cat. My real kitty cat is snoozing. We are discovering a bit about the cyberpunk future. So why, I wonder, is this a point that you can stop at if there's nothing that you can do from here? Besides continue onward. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is there anything else I can... Nope, there's nothing else I can jump to. Okay. So I have to investigate. You know how it is. Oh gosh. I keep being afraid they're going to drop me into a place where there's a lot of guys. I do not have Stream Deck. I have Steam Deck, not Stream Deck. I'm sorry. I've been looking for a Stream Deck, which is the buttons that you push to change things on your stream. I'd like to get one of those, but they cost money, so I keep trying to find one that's used. I have not yet. Oh, I wonder if I can, like... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to bring this somewhere, and it's going to allow me to jump onto things. Except not this, apparently. So this is a warning sign letting you know that you're going to be filmed. I don't think you're going to be filmed. Look at that camera. That camera's not responding. But there was like the camera that was responding that was talking to me, telling me to go. Like, oh geez. Am I gonna... Huh. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do here, but I'm gonna push it, maybe. Did the music just change? Hold on. Oh, look at that. Oh. Huh. Interesting. That's where I'm trying to get to. Can I do anything else down here? Figure it out. I don't think so. I am only like 5,000 words behind with NaNoWriMo. Okay, so that's a thing you could jump to. I think that's the thing you have to jump to. Okay. No going back. God, that's unsettling. Like, that stuff right there is very definitely organic looking, and I know I keep saying that, but it's weird because, like, the creatures themselves seem like they're kind of a combination. Oh, I don't like the fact that this place is covered in their grossness. That doesn't seem safe for me. Where am I going to be going? I have to kind of try to make up my mind where I'm going before I jump down there, because I suspect that I'm going to get swarmed. Okay, so I'm going to run there, and then I'm going to run along that. Okay. Okay, yeah, another Save point. Jeez, that's really, really unsettling. Where am I going? I don't like the drum beat that just started. That tells me that there's trouble. I'm really not sure what I'm going to be doing there. Probably dying. I'm going to jump up, and then I'm going to jump up again, and then I'm going to try... I'm just going to get through it. That way right there. You see? I'm going to jump up there, and then I think I can jump onto that thing, and then from there I think I can jump up there. And there to there, and that, and up there. And then once I'm up there, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. But hopefully it'll make sense. Oh god, am I going to have to run this whole thing? Oh my god. Watch them do that. Watch them make me do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. Okay. Alright. We're gonna see how well we can do this. I'm gonna try really hard not to get too stressed out here. No! Okay, so you don't jump there. Okay. This is going to be one of those things kind of like Dark Souls where you just die 30 times trying to figure out how to get through an area. The problem is Dark Souls' tagline is prepare to die, and it is literally designed with the entirety of the game being you learning to do that. This is an adventure game. Ostensibly an adventure game. However, this may be the end of Lauren Plays Stray. Just to warn you folks. I'm going to have a finite number of times I can cause a cat to die before we quit the game. Just so you know. Which would be unfortunate, but I am not afraid to quit a game on stream. No. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. 5 tries. Otherwise, we're done with Stray. We have 5 more tries. And that's cumulative. And not limited to this section. That's fine. Not every game is for every player. There's a reason why I got The Last Guardian and then didn't play The Last Guardian, and the reason why I didn't play The Last Guardian is because my cats both died that year. And I couldn't play a game in which an animal was going to be in distress. And when I decided to play Stray, without knowing what the gameplay was, I was taking a risk. And when I saw the opening section where the cat gets disconnected from their family, okay, that is satisfying. I will give them that. The less I have to walk on that stuff with this poor kitty, the better. Okay. I wonder if that's like... They're like, hey, you want to feel the hugeness of what you're doing and what you're dealing with here? Okay, so I'm going to want to knock that over and then climb up on that and take it to go inside there. Alright, so let's see how well we do here. Because there's almost certainly going to be a bunch of those guys come running for me. Yeah. Almost certainly. No? Oh, jeez. Or we could do this. I'm honestly not sure this game is for me. I'm genuinely not sure this game is for me. I'm not sure this game is for me. Sorry. I have a few things I can't do. And animals in distress and horror are the two things that I really don't do well with. So I think I might have to call it. I'm sorry. I'm very interested in the rest of the story. I'm very interested in the rest of the game. I really enjoy the adventure game sections. But unfortunately, it's not an adventure game in the traditional sense. It is. I was worried it was going to get a little bit gross or scary or dark. I was afraid it was going to get dark. And I'm specifically not trying to play very dark games. So sorry. It would be really nice if there was a setting that you could play through to not die. But unfortunately, I don't think this is that kind of a game with that kind of a setting. So I suspect that this is a game where they say, well, the gameplay elements aren't that hard and they aren't that long and they're pretty forgiving. So you only have to do a small section a few times before you figure it out. So it's not a big deal. It's accessible. That's okay. I'm sorry to hear this. Maybe I'll be able to come back to this at a later date, but I don't think I can do this. I'm slightly frustrated because I feel like it is helpful to know kind of what a game is going to ask of you gameplay-wise and feeling-wise. Kind of at the start so that you can kind of know pretty quickly, like, yes, I can handle this, or no, I can't handle this. And so that's why sometimes games will lead at the beginning with their most upsetting content. And I actually, because for example, I'm never going to play Persona 5. It has too much not for Lauren content, and the Persona's just Mega 10 stuff in general. It's just not for Lauren's. But I've spoken to a lot of friends because I have friends who absolutely love Persona 5. And as I understand it, the first of the levels that you go to, the first palace, I think they're called, is by far the most upsetting of the palaces that you go to. But that's because it makes really good sense, because if you got through 3/4 of the game and then got to something that was dramatically more upsetting than the rest of the game, it would be really unfortunate. Because by that point you're invested and you've kind of lowered your guard and you kind of think you know what to expect, and then they kind of get you. So it is, in my opinion, in the best interest of something like a game to let you know as early as possible what you can expect out of something, so that you can then quickly decide or relatively quickly before you've invested too much time, say I can or I can't do this. This perhaps was my bad because I had some concerns early on in my first stream of it. But so the sections where you're out running the Zurg, I don't remember what they're actually called in this game, but the Zurg, the sections where you're outrunning them, there's multiple ways to win that. It's a fairly straightforward thing. Mostly you just kind of have to keep doing it and you get through it. And so it keeps you feeling like you're in this like scary and intense situation, but most likely you're not actually going to die, and if you do, it'll happen once, mostly if you flip out, but as long as you keep trying. So you have a controlled amount of fear that makes you take the enemy seriously, that makes you feel like the stakes are high without necessarily upping the difficulty of the game itself. And that's something that is a really neat trick that is specific to interactive media like games. My first encounter with it that I was aware of was when I was playing Beyond Good and Evil many, many, many years ago. So I used to be a person who didn't play games. I watched people play games. I watched my sister play games. I watched partners play games. I watched friends play games, and I would like help give, like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what they told you. But I was really not very good at playing video games. My whatever player skill I have now comes from basically the years that I've been streaming. But I remember in Beyond Good and Evil is a stealth game. It's kind of like Metal Gear Solid for babies, gameplay wise. But it's designed to be friendly for children to be able to play it. Like, it's like you could be 12 and beat this game. So it's not very hard, but it wants to be really cool. And so it has some incredibly neat cinematic like escape sections. And as long as you have some general sense of what you're supposed to be doing, you're probably going to be fine. Which is to say that I broke the cinematic sections once or twice, but if I'm able to get through them after one or two false starts, that means that they're actually pretty straightforward. Because I am not a player who intuits what to do and things. But I remember being amazed at how cool they made me feel. You feel like you're doing like a James Bond with parkour escape sequence, and it's so cool and interesting, and there's like scary stuff happening around you that feels overwhelming, but because it's designed to feel this way without actually being this way, because it's designed knowing that the rest of the game is not this hard, like most of Beyond Good and Evil can be played slowly, stealthily, sneaking around and then sniping things kind of, or kicking bad guys and watching them fly off, which you may have noticed if you've watched me play video games is more the style that I gravitate towards. So it was a good fit for a less skilled gaming Lauren. But most of Beyond Good and Evil did not have high demands of gameplay excellence. You know, you had to have some level of skill, you had to master some degree of things, but Beyond Good and Evil is the sort of game where you have like hearts, like Zelda style, like basically you have hearts. And if you die a bunch to, like, there's these like lasers that you have to jump over in the right order. And if you die a bunch to the lasers, they'll eventually bring you back with more health than you started with, because they're like, in case what's keeping you from progressing here is that you didn't have enough health going into this room, we'll just give you some health and see if that gets you through it. Which is an extremely user-friendly, gamer-friendly, non-punishing approach to that kind of game. And I think more games should be like that. Yes, there was going to be a sequel. It was going to be some open world MMO type thing. It's been on hiatus for many years. It's just a whole complicated thing. But so Beyond Good and Evil really didn't want to be punishing. And Beyond Good and Evil really, really, really wanted you to get through it. So they would try everything that they could. Like, they had it built in that if you kept dying, they would try to give you things to help you get through situations that were hard. So as a consequence, when they want to have a really big, scary section where there's bad guys running after you, and, you know, you have to, like, sneakily run around or jump through a thing or whatever, but you don't have time to think, and you got parkour, and you're being pursued, and there's lights, and it's very exciting. They designed it so that the look and feel of it gets that across. But that the path that you follow is very straightforward. It's much like that section that I did where I was outrunning the Zurk. where you feel cool, you get the experience. I mean, running the Zurk, you're not feeling cool in this, but you have the feeling your heart is racing. You're like, oh God, can I do this? Can I do this? But you aren't really gonna mess it up. Um, the problem that I have here, that I have, that would probably not be as big a deal or even something to ping on other people's radar, is that this is requiring a different sort of gameplay than what I've spent the past 2 or 3 hours doing. Um, and they require different skill levels. And I'm inclined to say I'm bad at video games. I've been told I'm not allowed to say I'm bad at video games since I beat Dark Souls, and beat Hades, and various things. But I'm definitely not somebody who picks up new gameplay quickly or easily. I am extremely, extremely easily overwhelmed, which is why I played Hades 30 or 40 runs before I started using the cast button, because that was too many buttons and I still can't keep track of things. And have I very slowly over the course of playing a game add things to my ability to play. So if you only give me gameplay sections like this I mean, again, I'm very, very slow, so every few hours for me. But sporadically, and it's all at once, and it's in a completely different situation where you have to figure out the rules and everything, I'm going to feel overwhelmed, because I do very easily feel overwhelmed. Apparently that is common, not ubiquitous, but common with ADHD brains. It is certainly true of mine. Um, so Oh, Blues Light, I can actually understand that comparison. What you're saying is that when when I learn how to play a game, I can be good at it, but it takes me longer, but I'm not fast at learning to play a game. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But I've learned that because I can give myself permission to need to take as much time as I can to not feel overwhelmed, um, like in games that allow me to take on bits and pieces just as much as I can handle before I'm like, I'm overwhelmed, this is too much, I give up. Um, like games that allow me to do that. I may still get very frustrated. I believe there were times I got really frustrated with how much was going on with Hades. Um, but if they allow me to do that, then I can learn them and then I can figure things out. Um, so you're saying F-Zero. I'm thinking Mario Kart, but the original Mario Kart, because that's the only one I know. See, Will, I don't ever think it's that I understand things. I don't really feel like I grasp games. I just learn to play them, apparently. Um, and yeah, I have a hard, and I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind me kind of like deconstructing this, but I'm also wondering if I deconstruct this a bunch, if I'll calm myself down enough that I could potentially try to get through this section. We'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, I really enjoyed this kind of conversation, and I figure you guys are here, so you might be okay with it too. But yeah, so processing what's happening in 3D space is a disadvantage for me. Like I have a really hard time with that. I did not make the jump to 3D very well, years and years and years ago. And I still struggle with it, as you see, anytime I have to navigate a 3D environment, especially if I can actually move up and down much. I can't keep track of where I am or what I'm seeing. It's the spatial reasoning thing, which is something that I struggle with. I'm not as bad at it as I used to be, but I still struggle with it. So that's a bit difficult. Unfortunately for me, not only is this a different set of mechanics and gameplay and challenge, but it's also adding two things that, on a meta level outside of gameplay, I take a handicap for, you know? Like I take a handicap for things that are horror, and I take a handicap for things that involve animals in distress, particularly cats in distress. And that didn't used to bother me as much, but as I said at the early part of this, when the cat first got separated from their family, nursing Knox through her final days literally traumatized me and left me with caretaker trauma triggers, that took me a while to start to get past, but part of that is still there. So this is hitting me, like the game developers can't in any way anticipate that is going to be a problem that some players are going to have. And if you have triggers like that, then you have to kind of protect yourself, because you have to understand that other people are not going to anticipate that. So like I know that like does the dog die is a big enough concern that there is in fact the website does the dog die, I think is what it's called, for people to manage their own safety. And that is, as it turns out, when it comes specifically to video games and cats, cats in distress is very upsetting for me. But that's on me. I will say this being like kind of this is I mean this is a horror environment. The Zurg are science fiction horror. Um, the aliens in Alien, that's science fiction horror. Those are both horror stories like things. The Zurg are inspired by the aliens from Alien. Um, so I think I can generalize there. But yeah, like Alien, like the Alien movies, those are horror movies. They're science fiction horror, but they're still horror. Um, and this kind of organic horror, body horror thing on the walls and the floor and everything, that's horror stuff. I had like a nightmare so vivid that when I woke up I had a fever from my heart beating too fast when I was a small child, and a big chunk of it was the walls being like this. Um, so is it Warhammer inspired? Okay, I clearly Warhammer is not really a Lauren's thing, and my StarCraft is mostly secondhand, so that that works. But well, okay, then in that case, but the Zerg are clearly a horrifying horror type element. The Protoss are cool though, unsurprisingly. I think they're pretty cool. Um, and yeah, no, Warhammer is extremely not for Lawrence. I know enough about it to know that on so many levels. But yeah, so this game is unfortunately pushing some of my bad buttons in addition to pushing some of my good buttons. Because like I'm super into the cyberpunk mystery. I'm super into helping these robots find their freedom. I'm into cats. Like there's things in it that I really like. I don't know if I can get past the horror element and the cat sad like hurting cat element, which isn't even super intense, fortunately. Like they could have, but they did not want to make it a really bad experience. So they didn't make it super intense when the cat dies. Um but I don't know. Like I will straight up ask, how much longer is this section? And are there many other sections like this in the game? I feel like that is not an unfair thing for me to ask at this point. Because if it's like, oh, you know, you just get through this room and you're done, and there's only one other section like this in the game, and it's not any longer than this, then I might be like, okay, let's power on through. But if it's like, well, there's 10 chapters in the game, and they alternate, each one of them has a thing like this, and you're like less than halfway through this section, um, it's concerning. Potionomics, I don't know. Okay, so Will, my question is, does Potionomics have a forward story progression? Because that's what I require in games. So the game is about half this kind of section. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, man. I don't know if I can do this. I'm bummed because I really like a lot of things about this game. I really do. And I really want to know the story. I'm interested in B12. I find the characters like interesting. The writing is interesting, but mostly like the world is really interesting and it's immersive. And I do really like the exploration side. And this sort of thing, like, I feel like, Harvest Moon doesn't hold my interest for very long. Unfortunately, Stardew Valley doesn't hold my interest for very long. Um, yeah, well, so people will complain that exploration style games don't have gameplay. And so for a while there it kind of felt like people were kind of adding gameplay elements so that they wouldn't get the accusation if there's no gameplay in your game. And this doesn't feel like that. It's not that. This is not arbitrary. This fits in the story, like it fits in the feel of the world. It lets you feel the stakes and the horror of what's going on, so that it isn't purely hypothetical about this weird thing that happens to other people. Um, I guess they do kind of set the tone being kind of horror, but managed horror. Like when you find the dying robot in the very first section of the game, not the very, very first, not when you're crawling around in like the beautiful greeny area with your family, but when you're wandering and down before you get to the actual like robot village, you come across someone who's dying, who's been partially eaten by the Zurk. And like they're alive enough that they see you, and I think they reach for you or something, but then they die. And it's really uncomfortable. And I was like, man, if this were a body, we wouldn't react well to this at all. But it is a body, but because it's a robot body, it's less upsetting. So they're like kind of managing the level of horror that you feel, but I don't know how much horror they're going to get into it. And I don't know how dark it's going to get. And like the thing is, I really like darkness in stories, but only to a point. And I don't think this is going to get dark in a way that is grimdark, but it might be dark in a way that I don't want to be immersed in it. And yeah, Omori is frustrating because I've had so many people recommend Omori to me, and I would love to play it, but I'm pretty sure I shouldn't. I'm going to give this one more try, okay? We've been talking for like 15 minutes. I'm going to give it one more try and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, then I gave it my best shot. I think it's safe to say I am trying. And thank you folks for being understanding and for not pushing me. Sometimes when I've come close to giving up in games before, people have tried to convince me to keep trying things or to try a thing that's an additional challenge. But thank you for respecting that if I stop playing this game, it is not because I don't like the game or I don't want to play the game, but it is a matter potentially of what is best for me. And yeah, Omori, I've heard great things about it, but I don't think I could play it or even watch it. Like I think that's probably one of those things that shouldn't live inside my brain. What was I going to play after this? Was there another little game that was like happier, but also like, I don't know. Because I feel like Potionomics is probably going to be too much gameplay loop. Oh, a one-shot. Well, that's right. I was thinking about playing one-shot again. Yeah, Blue Glass. That's unfortunately what I've heard about that game. Much to my dismay. But there are a lot of other games that are really good that I can play. So, a short hike. Yeah. Those are some good ones. But yeah, we might actually play One Shot. One Shot is a game I started playing in 2017. Somehow it didn't get archived, and so I decided that I would set it aside until I had forgotten it. Not realizing that my memory was going to become so bad that I was going to think that I was developing early onset dementia. The upside of that is that I don't really remember One Shot, so we can just experience it like it's a first playthrough. Doesn't that sound like fun? Sophie, come here. Sophie cat, come here. Come on, baby girl. Come on, baby girl. Sophie played with the red dots today. She had fun. Come on, kitten. No? You gonna stay back there? You don't want to see me try to get a kitty safely across to the other side? Yes, no, One Shot does not bring memories to Lauren. Yeah, no, I mean, you just gotta be good for something, this memory of mine. Yeah. I do remember that there were meta components. Like, I remember that there was something that, like, popped onto my desktop or something, or maybe, like, it left the window of the game or something. And I remember I liked the main character, but I don't remember anything beyond that. And I try not to poke into those memories very much. So, we'll do that. Yeah, that's part of why I wanted to do it right. Since I couldn't do it right the first time around. I want to do it right the second time around. So that's why we had to wait 5 years. Jesus, I've been streaming a long time. Be interesting to compare past Lauren to present Lauren. That's always a fun thing to do. That was fun in Deltarune Chapter 1. All right, let's give this one more try. And we're going to see what we can do. Because I haven't died in this room yet. I just got overwhelmed. But I'm going to see if I can figure this out and be okay with it. I can feel my heart already beginning to speed up a bit. I'm going to turn the music down a bit. And I apologize because that's also going to turn the music down for you folks. But the music is designed to add to the emotional experience of playing the game. And since I'm currently finding the emotional experience of playing the game overwhelming, I am going to decrease that external thing. And I don't know where I'm going quite, but jeez. Get away, get away, get away. Oh, geez, there's more of them and they're coming for me again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. But that's gonna make me do that entire section again. Also, the delay in the loading makes it a little bit more frustrating. Okay. So no, not that entire section. Okay. Okay. What? Excuse me? Not sure where I'm supposed to be going. But they can't get to me, okay. I guess I'm gonna want to walk this all the way through the junk. So I guess I am gonna want to get rid of these guys. Hold on. Oh, okay, well. Or maybe not. Hold on, can I jump onto this? Yes. Okay, then can I jump onto that? Yes. Okay. And now what? That's the last of them. This time around anyway. There's going to probably be more of them. I'm probably going to be sad. Neco Corporation. See, it's funny. I don't think I want to touch that. Oh, but that's a memory. Shoot. Tell me about Neco Corporation. Neco Corp. I'm just pronouncing it Neco. I don't know if that's what it means to be, but given that I'm a cat, I'm assuming that's what it is. All right. Neco Corp, B12 says. They were responsible for waste management. Oh, this does not sound good. As trash from the upper levels overloaded the slums, they tried to develop a bacteria to dissolve it all. After the humans disappeared, that bacteria mutated, growing, eating way more than trash. And now we have Zurks. Let's go. Huh. Huh. There seems to be a theme to video games lately that I'm playing. Whoo! Sorry, but it's true. Anything more than that would be a spoiler. All right. Now I have to figure out... Oh, goodness, Sophie. Sophie knocked something over and made herself and me spooked. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? All right, so I'm supposed to climb up there. Oh, I can just jump. Okay, yeah, so I can jump up there from here. But I can't jump up to the next one from here, I don't think. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, geez. There's more of them over there. Can I jump that way? No. Oh, jeez. Are these hard hats? Like human hard hats? They look like it, don't they? Alright. Where am I going to want to go? That looks like a thing I can interact with. Where are the little gibbering badnesses? Oh, metools, yes. Metools, metars. Okay, so that's where I'm trying to get up to the top of. I hope I don't have to come back down here. I do not trust that there's not just going to be something horrible that's about to happen here. Yeah, there's something horrible happening. Oh, you're stalling. We're stalling. We're stalling. No, 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 no. Jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. No, 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 no. Okay. I guess, and then I'll jump up there, and then what? And then what? If I have to get the timing right on this to get back, like if I have to wait for it to get down and then hit the thing and then jump and then do the thing, I think that's going to be it. So we'll find out, won't we? I at least have the idea of the thing. All right. Okay, so you cannot skip cutscenes. That's fine. Oh, geez, there's more of them. No, 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 no. Oh, thank goodness. Well, that was something. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I, got a bit stressed. Kitty is going to be a loaf. Kitty is a loaf. Can I just... There's got to be a way through that. Okay. Oh, okay. I was like, they're not going to make me go back down there. Oh, kitty. Hello, Sophie cat. My actual kitty is right here, being a cute little baby. Hi, Sophie cat. Oh, it's because it's warm, because my poor computer is really, really toasty, because this game takes a lot out of it. Okay. Well, I did it. I did it. Kitty just walking up things at an angle. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Oh, man. And thank you for sticking with me, folks. I don't know if you could tell that I was kind of stalling to see if I could talk myself down a bit. We may have to do that again if you're all right with that. I mean, I just sit around and talk for 20 minutes about things in games anyway. So, like, what's a little this? Yes, the meow button and the stretch and the kitty meow meow button. The music and the colors and everything tell me I think that I'm done with the scary section for now. I might be wrong. Like, this next bucket might take us into, like, the next scary level, and this might be, like, a brief respite. But we're gonna stop, and we're gonna think about where we are in the world now. How's that? Alright, so we know that the slums are one section that is cordoned off from another section, level 2. It looks as though what we've got going on here, when we've got the barbed wire, because barbed wire originally was to keep animals outside of things, I think, but it's largely for humans. For example, outside of prisons, they will put barbed wire on top of the fences. So even if you do manage to climb the fence, you will hurt yourself severely going over. Like, barbed wire is no joke. It is really brutal. Like, you're like, oh, I mean, maybe I'll cut my... No, barbed wire is really bad. It will really hurt you. Do not ever touch it. So here we have what appears to be like a way station to keep the people of the slums out unless they get permission to come up here, you know? Like, this looks like this could be some sort of a guard chamber of sorts, you know? Yeah, I don't know about using barbed wire with animals, in the US. But it's definitely not forbidden to put it in places you want to discourage humans from going. That's for sure. But that's what this looks like to me. And if you look over there, it seems like that is section 2. But they talk about the humans disappearing. I don't know, the order of things that have happened. We're trying to make sense of it. And since B12 seems to have, when the memories return in pieces, B12 seems to have a stronger understanding of what's happening than the robots that we met down in the slums. So there was a big problem with trash, or the people of the slums being overloaded with trash from the upper floors, because trash has got to go somewhere, and out of sight, out of mind for the more well-off people. And I wonder if the people of the slums complained about the trash enough that someone was like, well, we'll do something about it. We'll make a thing that'll eat the trash, which of course then gets out of hand. But so it's after the humans disappear, B12 says, after the humans disappear, that it mutates to start eating not trash, but everything, including the robots themselves. I don't know. I'm curious about that. But I also wonder, as far as like a plague that took out the humans, Because they said that they what was it? Didn't they say that they created like basically like a bacteria or something that was eating the trash? Because once you introduce things like that, that could be something that like could kill humans just by existing. If that stuff's in the air, they can't breathe. or they catch a sickness or something like that. Sorry, so it could be that they created their own destruction with that and then decided to try to put their brains in robot bodies. Now, one of the things that I wondered about is how were there so many robots in the slums, and how would people in the slums have the technology to put their slum people brains in the robot bodies down there? Um, if that's the case. I don't know. Maybe robots are so ubiquitous and so cheap that they could have them down there. I don't know. Um, or maybe like the humans up there had the money and the thing, and it was actually humans up there who stuck their brains in the robots down there, and the humans down there just died. I don't know. It is awfully foggy, isn't it? You cannot see the life down there. But you can see why they have safe places and their homes that they can close so thoroughly down in the slums. Yeah, so we don't have all of the pieces that I think we'll eventually need to put, or that we would need to put together the story, but I think we have some pieces to make some interesting observations and slight guesses. It's true, the robots could have been trashed and been thrown out and then been repaired, because we know that there were we know that there were humans who were interested in fiddling with technology. Human personnel only. And it's also possible that the scientist that I think B12 actually is, I don't think B12 is the scientist's robot. I think B12 might actually be the scientist. But it may be that they were down there trying to save the people of the slums. But yeah, so human personnel only. So robots are everywhere, including above the surface where we were with our cat family. I do hope we get reunited with our cat family next. Use item. Poncho, that's all I've got. So I guess I'm going to have to go look for an item, huh? All right. Exploration. I did not see the iRobot movie with Will Smith. Oh. Put the transceiver on this antenna? What antenna? What antenna? Oh, there. Am I supposed to climb up there? This door is really having trouble. It's very, very obnoxious. See, and then we've got this really mundane broom, you know? And it's interesting plants growing in the trash here. Colorful graffiti. The only item I've got is the poncho. Oh, no, I've got the transceiver. Can't do anything with it, though. Oh. Wait, I put it there. Oh, it just goes right there. That's all. Okay. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks awfully important. It's turning on a lot of lights. So this means that down there they will be able to communicate with everyone too. Like the friends that I left behind will be able to communicate with people up here. I really hope that the other outsiders were able to make it. It's beautiful from here. Oh, B12 says, look the view. It's beautiful from here. I remember now. The city. It was meant to be a shelter. Oh, geez. Those look like stars, but they're only lights marking the hermetic roof sealing off the city. Humankind built this shell to protect themselves from the outside, but it came at a cost. Nobody can go out. The outside was a disaster, completely barren, unlivable, and dangerous. That's interesting because we can contrast that with the outside as we saw it, as a cat running around in basically cat heaven with our cat family. But if you come from there, it must mean it's safe again. And my promise wasn't just to go to the outside. It was to open the city. God, I hope that... I still don't understand why some memories are coming back and others aren't. But I'm certain now this is my purpose. I have to open the city. Come on, let's go back and find Momo. Now that we've connected the transmitter, we should be able to get help. Okay, and that's the next big plot one. I wonder if I missed a memory. Probably did. Okay, so we don't get to go up to the second level, but we can see that it's there. So, like... Okay, I've already done the use item there. So I'm not sure that it is a good idea to open the door and let out what we've got in here to consume everything out there. I guess, yeah, we could turn the sound back up again. Fair. But maybe we'll think about that, or maybe we won't. We'll see. I hope this doesn't wind up being an everything dies at the end story. The music is still very ominous. But yeah, it is interesting. There is something kind of beautiful about it, I suppose. In a way. It's also kind of horrifying. That stuff right there. That's like, and you can hear the horror. You can hear the presence of that. And then there's like a little bit of safe area. Yeah. So they were still constructing things. I think the buckets are just something we're supposed to accept as a gameplay element, honestly. Cat licks themselves. The Slums Part 2. Alright, I think I turned the volume up a little too high. Oh! Oh, wait, are we back in, Okay, we're back in Momo's place. Clips into the floor. The music got exciting. Outsiders. I know. Oh, Momo says, or rather, B12 says, look, a note. Momo's note. Little outsider. If you're reading this, that means you're still alive. Excellent. I took some equipment to the bar to take advantage of their antenna. Come meet me there. I've locked the window, but the code to open it is quite simple. It is... Okay, can you remember that for me, B12? Because I don't think I'm going to remember that. Be careful, it is case sensitive. See you at the bar, Momo. That must be the code for the window near the entrance. Let's go. I love how alive his space feels, or their space. I thought Momo was, for some reason, I thought that I was using Momo's, like, those pronouns for a reason. Because I tried to default to they, them. Oh, what is this? Oh, yes. Yes, the most important thing you could possibly do. It's like having a mushroom on your head. Except it's a paper bag. Yeah. That's right, Sophie. You're cool. Hi, Sophie. Sophie, girl. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Sophie. She's a good kitten. She's a good kitten. Would you like to see her? Let's see if I can get the camera to do this without destroying everything else. Hold on. The camera's having some trouble. Sorry. Do you see the Sophie? Baby. Sophie cat. She's hiding back there because it's warm. Sophia. Sophia. Hello, Sophia. Hold on. There's a kitty. There's a kitten. She's all snuggly wuggly meow meow. Snuggly wuggly meow meow. Hello, kitten. Hello, kitten. Do we pet the Sophie? We pet the Sophie? We pet the Sophie? Hello, Sophie. Yes, we pet the Sophie. I have to make sure there's nothing incriminating on my desk. Like, I don't want to, like, accidentally, show my information or anything like that. So, we're good. All right. Camera time. Back to this place. I do want to get another camera, though, because this one has some problems that I wasn't sure if they were going to be deal breakers for me when I got it, and it turns out I don't love them. But that and a stream deck at some point I will upgrade. I will upgrade my stream stuff. It'll be great. Toasting. Are you toasting? Yes. She's a toasty baby. She has a little toasted marshmallow belly. She's such a good kitten. All right. Then I guess I've done what there is to do here. And it is time for me to use B12 to open the door. Or, how about this? What if I just scratched a hole in Momo's door? Sophie is 3-ish years old. Going on 4. I got her at the start of the pandemic, and she was about a year old at the time. Sophie girl. The code was an H, I think. Whoops, my bad. Okay, let's try this again. It's O. Oh man, I'm glad B12 got it. It worked. Mom was at the bar waiting for us. It's interesting that the code goes to the window and not to like the door that a normal person would use to go out. But then I guess we're robots and cats, so like that's gonna happen. Okay, so I will get to say at least goodbye to folks before I move on, if I move on. This place is much calmer and safer and feels much better, although I don't like this big orange glow of that sign. Like orange is a bad color in this game. Orange means bad. Green means good. I'm gonna knock this chair off again. Come on, chair. Come on, chair. Come on, chair. Chair. Sorry, folks. It's me versus chair and I win. Oh man, cat crimes. I saw someone clipped the cat crimes and I was really delighted. So satisfying. Or maybe they put the chair on the bucket. That's what the buckets are for. When cats get into your stuff, you put your stuff in a bucket. All right, Sophie. How do you feel about that, Sophie? Okay, well, orange light. Kitten. Oh, what is it, Sophie? Oh, look, there's Momo. Sophie is watching the TV. Sophie, if only you could hear the sound. It makes kitten noises. You would be very excited. I thought I saw something glowy in here. Good night, Colonette. Thank you for joining. I must draw attention to the fact that Sophie is now watching TV. Like, look at her. She's watching TV. Isn't that delightful? Don't you love this? I would meow at her. She won't be able to hear it though because it's headphones. Good night, Will. Yeah, I'm going to be writing my words after I finish streaming. Let's see if I can do it. Anyone else who's participating in NaNoWriMo, I wish you luck. Sorry that we're just kind of running around making my cat happy here. But look at how cute she is. Just look at her. You can tell she's interested. She likes watching TV. Sometimes she'll paw at the screen. Like she's pawed at Zagreus before. Announcement. I'm looking for sheet music. For any sheet music to play the guitar to add some ambiance. If you find any, bring them back to me. I live near the elevator. Marusk. I've done that already. Alright. What's going on, Sophie? Sorry if I'm making anybody feel a little bit dizzy. I'm just getting a reaction out of my kitten. She's really enjoying this. Like, can you tell? Can you see that she's enjoying this? All the weird stuff always happens to you, mate. I don't dare to leave our village. It's too dangerous. Besides, the Guardian is the only one who can open this door. I have no items that I can show. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Sophie is literally pawing at the screen. Sorry, we're doing this. I should probably actually progress the game. But, I left it in the streets and the next day the Zurks had consumed it completely. That's crazy, right? They can eat everything. I have no more items to show. Alright, well maybe I'll be able to get the music. The last sheet music. Da 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 da. Sorry. Where are we, Sophie girl? Oh, oh, oh. What happens if I jump up there? Sorry, kitten. I have to jump on things. Don't get any ideas. She jumps on things that she should not jump on, and then I get really anxious. Like a cat should. Like a cat does. Oh, what did happen to the poncho? I wonder if the poncho makes it so you take less damage. And I didn't wear the poncho. And I would have had an easier time of it if I'd worn the poncho. Because I thought I was going to the sewers and I would wear the poncho in the sewers. I wonder if that's what it was. If I did something wrong there. Sorry, Grandma. You made me this nice poncho and I didn't even use it. Ooh, what is that? Is that where I came from? No, this is the dump. Okay. That does explain why there's trash everywhere and how there's trash everywhere, though. Like, not just like this, although this is pretty bad. Alright. I guess we should probably progress the story. Whoa! 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 The Guardian is being awesome. Oh my god. Look at how cool. So yeah, so they are definitely a monk. Look at how cool they are. Look at how cool they are. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That's just, they're just gratuitously awesome. They didn't need to be any cooler, but they are cooler. I really do wonder. Alright, we should probably progress this story, but I want to talk to them. Can I talk to them? You look lost. What do you need? Oh, I still have the poncho. Okay. I recognize Grandma's style. Okay. Okay. Got nothing more to say. Ronan and Joris. Interesting. And Johan. Anjaya. Maybe it's on Hyla. I don't know. Oh, wait. What did I translate this one already? I probably did. Only our ancestors can distinguish these colors. It is said they once dominated the world. These colors? I wonder. I don't remember seeing that before. I must have missed some things. The ancient stories speak of natural light that leaked from a star and landed at our feet. This light caused warmth and well-being in our ancestors. It helped them to grow. That's really interesting. Oh, there's another one over here. Okay, so this must be like a sacred place then. Our long-gone ancestors, the soft ones, left us this city. Our home is their legacy. It almost looks like the word human right there. Okay, well, I'm pointing at the screen. You can see it there in the middle. Robots? Are robots green blind? I wonder, are cats green blind? Can I turn on that? No, I can't. I cannot turn on music in their spot. Hello? I think I've already spoken to everyone there, so I suppose we should continue the story. And again, thank you all for sticking with me when I had to take a break. We may, like I said, we may have to do that again, but we're going to continue for now and do our best. Dogs have yellow and blue receptors. Does that mean that they can or can't see? I don't know what that means. Hello. Hey, little fur ball, says Momo. Sophie's excited again. Sorry, I'm back on the screen. Come here. I managed to get a signal. Oh my gosh. Momo is really excited. Oh, hello. You're lounging around like a cool person. What's up, cool person? Are you going to talk to me? Cool person? Cool person does not want to talk to me. Cool person, why are you not talking to me? Cool person, excuse me. Are you too cool for cats? Too cool for cats. Cats don't see red and green, huh? Hello, Billy. You want something? Change the music, yes. This feels like better bar music. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look. The pads to tell me to jump on the stool. Oh my god. That is really cute. What a universal experience. But see, like, how would a robot know to do that specific? That's like a thing that humans do. The humans that have been around cats. They haven't had cats down here, I don't think, in a very long time. Oh, pat the cat. Momo says, let me see if I can get this thing working. Sophie's more interested in what the bartender's doing. Oh man. Oh man, did you hear that? That was totally a modem noise. So, a question mark voice says ... Momo says, I've almost got it. There's face on the other side. And then question says, hello, can anyone hear me? In all caps. Momo says, hello, yes, we can hear you. We are from the slums. We're looking for a way out and... Wait, is that you, Zabaltazar? And Zabaltazar says, Momo? But then it goes, psh. And Momo says, I can't believe it. I'm so happy to hear your voice, Zabaltazar. Where are you? Are the others okay? Zabaltazar says, yes, psh, we are safe. Psh, we found a way up. Psh. I assume that's what that sound is supposed to be. Sophie's really enjoying this. Momo says, hello, do you still hear me? Zabaltazar says, you have to go through the sewers to reach us. Psh, very dangerous. Psh, Zurks everywhere. Momo says, sewers? How? Hello? Darn it, we've lost the signal. He smacks the desk. Momo says, I can't believe it, Zabaltazar is alive. He and the other outsiders managed to go up through the sewers? The sewers are the most dangerous place in the slums, but if Zabaltazar made it, there must be a way. And then there's another question mark voice. Oh, it's this guy at the bar. Seamus says, you'll never get past the sewers. It's infested with Zurks. They'll make a quick meal out of you, especially you, little one. Many tried their luck in the past. It doesn't end well. Anyway, I warned you. Your business is none of my business. The chiptune music is really, really interesting because it's a little bit weird. And then Jacob, who's the bartender, says, Seamus. His father, Doc, used to be a great scientist. He was working on some new weapon to fight the Zurks. That Doc is in The Outsider? His father? A few years ago, he went off to test the device and never came back. I remember reading about that actually in his journal. Seamus has never been the same since. Sorry, got a dry throat. Momo says, don't listen to Seamus. He's just scared like I was. If Doc built a weapon, that's our ticket to join the Outsiders. In his notebook, Doc mentioned a secret lab a few times. That must be where he was working on it. There might be a clue in Seamus's apartment. Come on, follow me. All right. Oh, I'm glad we've got a friend. 2 friends, actually. Because B12 is a friend. Hello, Carl. It's a few years old. But if it's only a few years old, then that means that they were still producing newspapers just a few years ago. Which, I mean, I have no idea actually how long things have been or what's going on. Translate. Jacob, employee of the month, September XX27. A cat burglar. I'm pretty sure we did cat burglar stuff. Ah, here's Teddy. Hello, Teddy. Grandma made me this scarf. Isn't it wonderful? She knits so well. And here's the poncho. Sophie, please don't step on the laptop. It's having a hard enough time as it is. Alright, Sophie. Sophie likes to watch birds on screen. She probably actually would have enjoyed the sections with the Zurk. I'm sorry, they're just the Zurk. I can't remember what they're called, so they're the Zurk. Cosmo's really mad. Look at that grumpy face. And I love that their voices are... Okay, this is the... I'm gonna bet the musician, yeah. Morosk. Oh, man. Momo says, come on, Seamus, open the door. You know your father would have wanted to help us. Momo says, well, that was to be expected. The situation is pretty tough on Seamus. He doesn't want to hear about the Outsiders anymore. He won't help me, but you... I think I have an idea. I'm gonna sneak in, aren't I? Oh, you're gonna move something out of the way, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go cat burgle. Here, take Doc's notebook and show it to Seamus. Doc's notebook. It contains a lot of information that will hopefully act as an electroshock. Find the secret lab, little outsider. I'm going back to the bar to try to re-establish communication with the others. Alright, Momo. I guess we're gonna have to go do this. Cat trespassing. I'm a cat. Oh man, what a cozy little spot you've got. Oh, I was gonna look around, but I accidentally ran into Seamus. So Seamus says, what are you doing in here? I told you. Getting through the sewers is a suicide mission. Leave me be. What are you doing in here? Okay. Okay. I guess I'll... Okay, now I can show. Ashamed. Oh my god, Chrono. So Seamus says, what are you doing here? I told you. So I'm going to show him Doc's notebook. What's this? Wait, is this my papa's? Oh wow, I never knew. There's a secret room here in our flat, but where? Huh. Is that an iridescent bucket? I want it. I want the iridescent bucket hat. Their bizarre, garish clothing is so fascinating. Hold on. I gotta investigate everything. Oh, poor baby. Hang on, I gotta knock all the paintings off the wall. Even the ones I don't need to knock off the wall. You know how it is. Okay, so that looks like that's Seamus on the left. And that must be Doc on the right with the goggles. And the lab coat. And the crazy hair. Is he supposed to look like Marty McFly? I'm sorry, that's where my brain went. Either way, that's cute. Aha! I have to get into everything. I'm a cat. This is what I do. I get into things. Sophie's back to sleeping beside. And yes, Doc does look very Doc. Oh my gosh, kitty crawling under things. Yeah, but this one's not named Marty. This one's named Seamus. Let's jump on here. See if I can look at the things now. Okay. I want to look at things. God, the 16-hour clocks are really weird. Talk with Seamus. I've never noticed that digicode before. How did I miss it? I have no idea what the password could be. I'm going to translate this. The translation is time will tell. Oh my god. Okay, so we're going to have to look at the clocks. Okay. All right, folks, we've got 2 5 1 1. Okay, 2511. Wait, huge box of socks? Where? Where? Where is there a huge box of socks? Oh, yeah, yeah. They've had the boxes labeled with socks before. Right, 2511. That's what I think I concluded it was. So we're going to try this. Let's see how it goes. See if I can remember what I just said. Yes! I did it. Oh man, the music just got intense. Not like intense like an intense. But the music just stepped up to let us know something interesting is going to happen. So that's interesting. The scientist that B12 was working with, and or the scientist that was B12, they also had a secret lab like this. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that, oh god, his face is red, so he's having feelings. His dad. I've never seen this room. I can't believe he managed to hide it from me all this time. These blueprints, they must be for his Zurk weapon. Papa was always so secretive with his work. He told me the weapon was working in theory, but it needed a real-life test. He went outside the slums and he never came back. I think this is the first time we've had a relationship between two of the robots. I don't think we've had any family or parents or anything like that. Translation. Observations. Cute sounds, but never friendly. Old bacteria of human time. Eat all kinds of materials. Total vision in the dark. React to the intense light. Is the text in yellow. It's very exciting. Okay. Okay, so he's researching them. Just trying to look around at everything. Gonna push that out of the way. Whoops. Was that me? Okay, let's translate this newspaper. Translation. Robots news headlines. Zurk are officially no longer under control. They now eat metal. So that's presumably what prompted that I should do something. Because I'm sure he wanted to keep his family safe. Okay, translate. Defluxer blueprint. Concept. Light-based handgun. Low priority. Visual appearance / size / decibel emitted. High priority. Test in real condition. Objective. 20 Zurk destroyed per second. Okay. So he wants to make a light gun. that he can use to kill them and save everybody. Zapper, yes. Maybe not that kind of lichen. Oh, geez. There's a lot of water right here. Please do not get electrocuted. Take broken tracker. Hold on. We're going to talk to Seamus and see if he's got anything else to say. Find anything interesting in here? No, we're still looking. Okay, we'll take the broken tracker. That sounds important. See what else there is. It's interesting. Why would he want to keep this secret? I don't know. A beam gun, yes. Alright, Seamus. We did. Broken tracker. Wait, I remember that. That's his tracker. Papa always used that tracker to keep an eye on where I was. Maybe we can reverse it to find where he went. I can't believe my papa might still be alive. I've missed him so much. You need a weapon for the Zurks, right? My papa definitely took one with him. We just need to repair the tracker so we can find him. Someone in the slums should be able to help. Come with me. I'll open the door for you. Yeah, it feels like some characters have things to say about certain items, but otherwise there's a repeat, basically empty dialogue option. Man, he's got a lot of these around. It's kind of creepy. Well, he wanted to keep it secret so nobody or nothing would sabotage it, I guess. Didn't want to take any risks. Hi, Seamus. Letting me know that I can go because he's very eager for me to go so I can see his dad, or so I can find his dad. God, I love that the noises that they make are like little chiptune sounds. You gotta fix that tracker. You're resourceful. Maybe you can find someone in the slums to help. Oh, I think I know who that's gonna be. All right. Cool. Oh, like, what are they? Water bears? What are they called? Hello, Rosie. Oh. Rosie is having some issues. I think I know where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, avoid giving false hope. Not get sabotaged. Oh, this... So now we've got this, like, stealthy, sneaky music. Hi, Grandma. Okay, I still will wear Grandma's poncho later, I guess. Hi, folks. Here we go. I think this is where I want to go. Tardigrades. Is that what they're called? Hello. I figured that these folks will have the answer for me. So Momo wrote something in here, though. I find that very interesting. Like, who was Momo, like, to these people? Elliot's a hypochondriac. Not many of those anymore. They got passed down from our ancestors. If you want him to go back to work, you better bring him some cloth. That will butter him up. Alright, maybe we have to go to Grandma. Maybe the poncho is what we're supposed to bring. Hello, Elliot, with your incredible hacker posture. Yes, can I help you? Elliot's face is in such a strange part. Like, he's got like this like a little bitty screen there. It's really something. Okay, we're going to show him the broken tracker. He says, oh, wow, that's a great tracker. I recognize this model. It's a Tohima BR2000. You can track anyone with this little gadget. May I? I know how to repair it, but when I'm trembling like this, I can't use my keyboard. I don't know if I'm sick or something, but I definitely don't feel right. I can't work when I'm shivering like this. I think I need a blanket to be able to fix your tracker. Let's try giving the poncho. Oh, where did you find this? It's amazing. Let me try it on. Okay. Look, no tremors. I'm able to work again. Thanks. Now I can definitely fix your tracker. Let me take a look. Just gotta give it an update, and one more thing. Voila! Look at that very, very cool poncho. Knitted from cable. Fixed tracker. Gained new item. There you go, little one. Good luck finding who we are looking for. Alright. It is a very cool poncho for very cool people. I feel like I've looked pretty thoroughly around his place. We got an alarm clock, which once again has... Wait! The alarm clock only has 12 hours on it. That's interesting. It's the only clock we've seen here so far that has only 12 hours on it, isn't it? Interesting. I'm going to scratch the floor. Because I can, because I'm a cat. Alright, is this a toilet with a plant in it? I think that is a toilet with a plant in it. Yeah, because it's a toilet next to a sink. So the robots don't need to use the bathroom. Hmm? How so for what? Sorry, I forgot what I just said. Alright. Now. Hi, Grandma. So do you like your new outfit? Yes, thank you. All the other clocks in the game have shown 16 hours rather than 12. And blue glass, yeah, no, it is very interesting. I feel like a lot of them have behaviors that they can't. Oh, the cat slows down here. Or seems to slow down there. But I think several of them have had, they're like, I don't know why I like this. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why this is the way it is. And it's like they've got like phantom memories kind of being a human. I think that's my theory anyway. All right. So where's Momo? Yeah. The uploaded human minds theory, which I wonder if we do eventually get to level 2. Because this game is certainly a lot longer than I anticipated. Like, I don't know how long it takes a normal person to beat it. Because my length of time is definitely not a normal person. Oh, hello, you're new. You sure are colorful. You're like actually wearing something like covering your body though. Like a dress, and you're wearing sandals and socks, I think. Hello, stranger. Joxy says, "Look at all the great stuff that falls into our trash. So many treasures. You should go visit the barterman. There's something for everyone over there." I already have. Yes, they are definitely fashion disasters. Okay, if I'm running around and you see a vending machine that I haven't already gotten my thing out of, I want to get the last piece of music for the musician. In the meantime, I gotta be really cool. Really cool. The coolest. Nobody's ever been as cool as this. Why is there a sign there that shows cat though, I wonder? Because that is definitely a sign that shows cat. But I'm on it. I'm on the sign that says cat. Haha. Alright. So I guess if you haven't done... But I think you have to have done bartering, don't you? To have gotten this far in the story, don't you? Oops. Let's not run into the trash bucket. That's not where we go. Leto and Vin's. I've met both of them already. I love that you've got... I want this. Masterful piece of art of a very renowned artist. 1 energy drink can. Unfortunately, I have nothing. I just want an energy drink can. And I don't know where to find it. Alright, so do I have to go back to Momo's house? Ah, hold on. Now that we fixed that tracker, let's find Seamus and track down his papa. Right. Thank you. This is why it is good to have a talk option, because I will forget what I'm doing, even though I literally just found out. Yeah, Blue Glass, I think that guy's there in case you haven't done bartering previously. I think that guy is there to let you know that bartering is a thing that you might want to try. But unfortunately, for that, I've already done a lot of things here. I solved a lot of puzzles out of order, I think. Talk with Seamus. Seamus says, did you manage to fix that tracker? I will show the item, the fixed tracker. You did it! You fixed it! Well done! Give it here. Ding! Alright. And here, I'll show you. Look at the clocks. You see? 12. Or not 12, 16 hours. Seamus says, we got a ping. Is Papa really alive? I can't believe it. Let's follow the tracker. Maybe we'll find where my Papa went. And it could be Papa, since they're French, but I am an English-speaking person, so that's what I got for you. Are we gonna, like, amble awkwardly into the sewers? Unequipped. Did he go into the sewers to do this? Oh, do you hear that loud noise that I kept hearing? Because they did say, his notes did say, like, basically, I don't care how loud this thing is. So that loud noise that I hear behind the wall might be his light thing. And that may be why this is a safe area, because there's something killing the little things. And so it may be that if I take it, this area is going to get less safe. I hope not. I would feel bad. Even though I want to get these people out of here. I do have a flashlight on me already. This must be it. He really left the slums. It's dangerous out there, but I must be sure. I need to know. Let's do this. Oh, but I'm pretty sure only the Guardian can open the door. I thought. No, apparently not. Well, let's see if this is going to be another scary section. Wow! That's a tree. I'm in another scary area, aren't I? I don't know if I've got it in me to do 2 scary areas in one night. Oh, man. Did you close the door behind you? Good, it closed. Alright. The sewer door only the Guardian can open, okay. B12 says, or no, Seamus says, look at all these Zurk eggs. They will eat us. I can't do this. I'm not as fast as you. The Zurks will get me for sure. Here, take this badge. My Papa will recognize it. He'll know that you're a friend. The outsider badge. I'll open the door for you. They're like, hey, there's another scary section, Lauren. Do you want to do the scary section? And I'm like, not really. Do I have it in me to do 2 scary sections? No. Sorry, I'm just looking. Access control system. See, that's written in English that I can recognize. So I'm just looking around to see what's going on here. This goop. Yeah, I might shut down for the night and take the time to catch up with NaNoWriMo. Yeah. Because presumably then we'll just redo this section right here. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Okay. So that means we're going to start off with a scary section, but I will be prepared for it because I'll know it's coming. And if I have to turn the volume down, that seemed to help last time. And I've had to do that with games before, where I've had to turn down things that are scary listening, scary sounding. All right. Well, thank you so much for bearing with me, folks, as I struggle to get through that section of the game. I appreciate your patience and your interest. Wow, I'm covered in cat fur. Your interest in oh my goodness, this wretched thing. You should definitely get some sleep. Yes, we've all been catting together. I will pet Sophie. Yes, I don't know if you guys could hear. She made a little murr when I pet her. Yeah, thank you so much. I will be continuing Horizon Zero Dawn on Tuesday, and I will be continuing this on Thursdays. I guess we're going to be able to make it through. Hopefully, we'll be able to make it through. And I'm going to do my best. Thank you all. As a reminder, I guess, if you are not already following me, please feel free to follow me. And we'll do more of these games, and then we'll figure out what we're going to play next after this. Yeah, social media exists. If you want to follow me, we'll see kind of what happens. The social media world is kind of an upheaval. So I'm like on Tumblr. My Instagram might have gotten eaten. But you can always find us on Discord if you want to join, if you're not already there. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to go snuggle my real life kitty. But I appreciate you all being here with me. Have a good night.